Happy holidays and welcome back to the First Genesis of Virginia YouTube series. My name is Danica Roycer, and as you see here, I have two special guests with me. Two of our amazing interns who are going to help me out this month, or I should say help you out this month as it relates to approaching the holidays. So I have with me Mr.
Noah Wiggins
and Mr.
Shaviaea Williams.
So they are going to provide us with some great information as we head into the holiday season and even some things to keep in mind after the holiday. So Noah, 'tis the season for gift giving. What are some things that you think people need to understand about where they are and how that relates to their spending?
Definitely. Before we talk about our overall holiday budget, we first need to talk about your current financial situation. So you want to understand what's your monthly income, what are your monthly expenses, and what debt are you currently trying to pay off. It doesn't make sense to stop paying off your debt in order to start holiday shopping. So once you get a big picture of your financial situation, then you can start planning for your holiday budget.
So, you know, we have parents out there and their kids want the latest VR headset, somebody want the new watch, et cetera, but a lot of people are like, ugh, my budget, it doesn't make sense. So how important do you think it is to actually set a realistic budget for the holidays?
I think it's extremely important to set a realistic budget, and also be open to the people about the budget you set. Maybe have a budget within your family. Say, this is how much we're going to spend on gifts. And not only is it important to budget on the gifts, but it's also important to budget on the travel and the celebrations. You might have a big Christmas dinner, or you might have a big Christmas trip that you guys do. So all year it's important to start planning. I want to put away for this budget for the end of the year. Not just a holiday gift budget, but just a holiday season budget in general.
Great advice. So, Shaviaea, I'm being realistic about my budget. I'm understanding where I currently am. Now, what are some ways I should approach strategizing for my spending?
Well, you should always plan ahead. You should search for deals. And you can simply be creative. Make your own gift. Doing simple things like this can have a positive effect on your spending.
I love that. It's almost like, hey, I ain't got it, y'all. My presence is the present this year. Or I'm going to make something for you, staying within the realm of what your spending can be, right? So with that, it almost sounds like you probably should have conversations with those closest to you so you can kind of level those expectations.
You definitely have to manage expectations. You don't want to fall into the trap of trying to give something that you don't have right now. You want to make sure that you can manage the expectation of yourself and your loved ones to benefit your spending in the long term.
That's amazing. And I think that's like really good advice. So if I had to add anything to it, I would also tell people, please avoid the common pitfalls. As I'm like saying this, I'm seeing like that checkout line in TJ Maxx where they have all the stuff around and you're slowly approaching the cashier and the first thing they say to you is, did you find everything you were looking for? Were you pleased with your shopping experience? Would you like an additional 10, 15, 20, 50% off today? All you have to do is apply for what?
Holiday gift card.
Or a credit card, right?
You know it.
And then that's what happens.
Every time.
People end up swiping, and then you took out another credit card and another credit card, and that could even put you in a worse financial situation than you were in before. Tell me more, Noah.
Yeah, I think even if you can get some 50% off or 25% off, which seems like a really, really big discount in the first place, long term, if you forget about that balance, or if you're not paying that balance, or if you're only paying the minimum on that balance, the interest you incur is going to be greater than the savings you got in the first place.
Exactly. So then as the holidays are over, people are going to start setting their New Year's resolution. The first thing is New Year, New Me. I'm going to pay off everything. So you have to also think about, what am I doing after the holiday is over? Even after the whole New Year, New Me runs off and we're approaching February. One of the best things I tell people about birthdays, anniversaries, and even the holidays is they fall on the same day every year. Yeah. So you can always plan in advance for those birthdays, those anniversaries, Valentine's Day, and establishing maybe even a budget between you and your partner, your spouse, your family, for saving for these bigger holidays like Christmas, if that's something that you do. So that's how you can all wrap it up together in a bow is, you talk to us about, hey, this is how you look at where you are right now, planning out a budget. You shared about setting expectations, being smart and strategic. And I closed it out with, okay, now this is what we do once the holiday is over. I think we gave you guys some pretty great tips to leave you off with this holiday season. So make sure that you not only implement these for yourselves, but the biggest thing I'm going to ask you to do, or the gift you could give us here at First Genesis, is to like, share, and subscribe this video. Make sure you follow us on Facebook and YouTube at First Genesis of Virginia. And also, make sure you check out our website, www.firstgenesisva.com. And before we close out, we're going to have a special word by Mr. Shaviaea.
Hey, Merry Christmas. It's time for love, it's time for laughter. It's been a long year, but this is our happily ever after. Many books have closed to open this chapter, and through a lot of hardships, we've managed to rapture. But what's more important? Is it clothes or shoes that have no life? Is it money whose root is dark even though it helped turn on the lights? I'm not trying to speak for God, nor am I trying to be a pastor, but I know time is most important, and family is all that matters.
Yay! Happy holidays,
Happy
y'all!
holidays.